Hi guys, this is Starcraft. Very happy to be with you once again today for another Starcraft commentary. This is going to be ASL S14 R16 Group D Match 1. This is going to be played between Action and Royal. TVZ on the map Vermeer. It's very standard for ASL in round of 16 to have Vermeer as the first map for the first two games. The other two players in this graph is going to be Hero, a Zerg player, and also Mini, very strong Protoss player. So this group is also another one of those really stacked group that you often hear about in the TL.net I guess comparisons before the round of 16 started. You know, people spoke about, you know, being the very crazy group of deaths, and that is Group C and Group D. So yeah, you have it today, the two group of death that are going to be facing off against each other. First of all, it's going to have Action versus Royal. The two players are located cross-map from each other, which is generally favored a little bit of a longer game, which we often like here. SCV from Royal, our Terran player located at the 5 o'clock position, has arrived in Action, the Zergs player's base, at the 11 o'clock position. He sees that it was a 9 pool here, and then following up with a expansion. Inside of Royal's base, we only see just a barrack so far. So he is not yet taking up his gas. He is not walling up either, and he's not. Looks like he's gonna try to send an SCV down now to maybe just build a supply depot to get, you know, himself wall up. Right now, Action is completely in the dark. His Overlord has not scouted to the right base. It's still, you know, just wandering aimlessly at the 1 o'clock position. It's gonna turn around now, the Overlord. The rest of the Zerglings come out. There are 2 Marines here to block the choke, so Action's not going to have any chance to go up the ramp. But he's taking the liberty to take a 3rd hatchery at the 7 o'clock position there. For now, Royal is not aware of that base just yet, but he could maybe sense something because he was inside of Action's base. He didn't see. Well, I guess he saw the gas. I don't know if he saw the gas at that time. I don't think Action put the gas down when the SCB was there. So maybe Royal's feeling a bit, you know, just suspicious about what kind of builds Action is preparing here. Royal's gonna send his SCV towards the bottom left corner of the map. This is a wise choice. All of the bases around, you know, in various locations. Why does Royal choose this base to scout? And his intuition is completely correct here. He saw that there's gonna be a hatchery there. The Zerling's gonna have a difficult time to chase this SCV, and then he's gonna be very aware of the Marines moving out. It's gonna be Marines trying to hunt for the Overlords, but the timing on the Marine is not so good. But maybe Action kind of delayed his Overlord scout a little bit. You know, after the Overlord found nothing at the top right corner of the map, it just didn't turn towards the south side immediately. It just waited a little bit at the north side, and that gave him a little bit of delay that helped in this, you know, this Marine hunt here. But anyways, looks like we're going to be heading towards mid-games now. The Marine from Royal are going to be staying at home. There are just enough Marines to hold these Zerglings. The Zerglings don't have speed yet because Action committed to a very early expansion. So he's not going to have any Zergling speed. And is he going to just go to Spire and then go for Mutualist? Because I don't know if that is going to be fast enough, especially when the bottom left side of the map, where the base of Action is located, it's very close to Royal's expansion as well. He can just easily, you know, just sneak Firebat or something like that towards that right side of that left side of the map, excuse me. But anyways, for now, it looks like Royal's gonna let his opponent, you know, start to mind at the 7 o'clock base. He's sending another SCV to go for scout. He's gonna be able to get inside the base. I'm not so sure. Spire inside the main oh, excuse me, I have a call there. I'm just gonna not take that call. And it looks like the Spire has gone down in the main base of the Zerg player Action. And that is also a relatively easy to scan location. That drone is gonna be looking forward to build a sunken, I think, at some point. Just to be feeling a bit safe here. The first move out of the Medic Marine has been spotted by the Overlord by Action. Action's got about maybe 18 to 20 Zerglings. He's got Zergling speed now. 4 Zerglings go for the detour here, and they're gonna be catching some of the SCV out of position. There's gonna be a pair of Firebat that just popped, but 4 Zerglings are not daring to attack the Firebat here. 2 Creep Colony going up at Action's main expansion, but his other expansion is gonna be in serious trouble when this group of Zerglings come around. Firebat tried to chase the Zerglings out, and these 5 Zerglings have to run out. There's gonna be sunken colony in the main base here. That's a very bad place to put the sunken colonies, because he had no time for lurkers, he had no time for mutualists, so it's gonna be very, very difficult. And excuse me for the lag, there's a little bit of lag here, but it looks like now we're gonna have the first major battle of the game. Royal with about, I think, 12 to 14 marines here. That's a freaking lots of marine, man. That's 12 marines, and it's gonna be facing two sunken and a group of zerglings. He's gonna be turning toward the other side and start to chase the drones away. So these drones are not going to be allowed to be mining here. Just maybe one or two drones can mine, but not all of the drones. The Zerling is going to be looking forward to do a kind of a surround here, but where are the mutualists? The mutualists should be hatching out momentarily, but it looks like these medic marines are going to be just stationed here for quite a while here. It's like a permanent vacation for them. Looks like Queen's Nest has been planted down, and Royal scans quite astutely there, so he was able to gather all the information he needs, and maybe he thinks that there's not going to be that many mutualists here. We have the first hydralist finally coming out now, and that hydralist may be looking forward to morph into lurkers. The second group of medic marine is going to be moving out now with the support of a single medic here. The Zerglings group is going to try to come into circumvent, and they could see that because there was an overlord that was overlooking that ridge, and now the Zerglings are all in full force here. The barracks are completely under siege here with the Zerglings attack. Let's see what is the reaction of Royal. Royal is going to be turning around with one group. The second group of medic marines and fighters is going to be turning around. The first group, is it going to come out of the base or not? Let's take a look at that first group. Looks like the first group is just positioned on the north side of that ridge there, not completely quitting out of that base. Two Zerglings are still doing a lot of damage. That's a lot of freaking sunken colonies. I think one sunken colony was destroyed already. Finally, now the Zergling excursion is going to end, but mutualists are going to be coming out. These mutualists feel a little bit later than usual, but maybe Royo is not prepared. I'm not so sure he's going to be putting up some turrets or not. One of the turrets is burning near the ramp there, but looks like what is action here? Is he going to go for the frontal attack with the mutualist? He does. He goes into the Zergling. He goes into the SCV line at the expansion, and Royo is going to try to take the counter attack here. But who's going to take more damage? I think it's going to be Royo. That's going to be bleeding a lot more here. These mutualists are doing quite a lot of work on these SCV. Some of them have been weakened from the previous Zergling excursion, and finally the mutualists have to back out after the medic marines have done a little bit of defensive work there. I think Hive is going to be completing soon now. The first tank is coming out. This turret has been, way too damaged from before. No time to set up turrets correctly here. SCV getting sniped left and right, but finally medic marines coming out to support. And Action has not been allowed to mine this new base for a long time, guys. Those mutualists might be better deployed over there, maybe with a couple of Zerglings, and maybe a Hydralist to completely take out these medic marines. But for now, they are allowed to stay there for a long time. Looks like +1 carapace is done on the Hydralist here. Finally, the mutualists are gonna try to definitely take out these medic marines. They're gonna try to come in now. The fourth marine is destroyed. Stim is also deployed here, so the group of medic marines are gonna try to take as few damages point as possible. 2 mutualists already sniped here. That was not good move for Action. And is Action gonna be able to get out? He's gonna go for Greater Spy. He's got about 5 mutualists remaining. More mutualists joining, so a total of I think 6. Yeah, he's gonna keep one of his weaker mutualists on the other side, and now everything has been destroyed, and this base is gonna be allowed to mine. But 3 tanks are out now on the part of Royo. Royo, I think, is looking very solid here. If he can counter this threat of Greater Spy and of Guardian, he's gonna be a little bit fine. But does he have Lurker? So at least he have Defiler Mount done. So research is gonna be on the way here. Creep Colony going up. We have some, let's see here, Sunken on the high ground, 2 creep colony going up, but not yet ready to morph into Sunkens. We have a single lurker. That lurker coupled with 2 creep colony is doing fine just now, but tank's going to be coming on the high ground. This is, I don't know if this way to play Zerg versus Terran is efficient or not, guys. Looks like how many, look at how many Sunkens Action have to build in this freaking side of the map. I mean, he's built like, what is that, 4, 6, 7, it's going to be an 8th one now. That's just a lot of Sunken wasted for nothing, and maybe he was just banking on the fact that he could just not get scouted with his expansion, but he did get scouted. and that was not good. But anyways, we're gonna have a kind of a stack lurkers here, but one of the lurker is way too forward here. The mutualists are not engaging. The guardians rather also not engaging. The tank's gonna come now. We have more lurkers coming out, but what is that positioning of that lurker? Was really terrible positioning there. Not good at all. What is this guardian doing? It's damaged, but it doesn't want to attack. It's gonna come up now and start to look at that guardian's movement, man. That's like the weakest guardian ever. He's decided that he's gonna even though he's got a death sentence, he decided not to engage in any kind of violence. He just stays home, and he says, I'm gonna be peaceful, I'm gonna die quietly, go quietly into the night without creating a fuss. More guardians here trying to defend out of their lives, but this finally this Nidus Canal is going to fall. Maybe is it going to fall? The second Nidus Canal has been constructed, very smart for action. And now just 2 tanks remaining, and these guardians are really strong. We need another irradiate on those guardians, and that irradiate was really good, and that guardian is still going to be attacking for some time here. Still 2 guardians remaining, 3 guardians remaining, very strong, and now the rest of the medic marines are not there to reinforce. They're going to start to come out of the main base of the Terran player now. But now, goodbye tanks, goodbye medic marines, goodbye science vessels, leave my base, you're not welcome here. The last tank falls, and this is one of the weirdest games we have ever seen. I don't really understand the mechanics of this game, how Action was able to hold that, even though he just wasted a lot of sunkens. But anyways, now he's gonna have, what is a little bit more standard for us to see here, which are Defilers, Zerglings and Lurkers and Dark Swarm. He's had yet to set up his 4th base. He's still down to just 3 guys. And Royal is allowed to take the next command center. Let's see if the Zerg is going to just bust out on the map, which is a crap ton of stuff. But for now, it's going to be Royal with the map control. He's moving his the Medic Marines group towards the main base of the Zerg player now. Double hatchery going up in the 3rd base of Action. Triple science vessels here, full of energy, ready to cast some crazy irradiate on those defilers. That the defiler is going to be better to run for its life here. More science vessels coming out, so we don't see dropship play at all from Royal. We don't see battle cruisers so far in this game. But Guardians are holding the ground here. This kind of play is really interesting to see, and the lack of science vessels really made those Guardians useful. But anyways, we're gonna have the first, well, I guess not the first, but the second big attack, the second big battles here. And this hatchery was forced to get cancelled. But now Action's gonna go for the counter attack, man. Look at the map. Some green dot moving towards the Terran main base here with a Defiler and a group of I guess just links. We don't even have lurkers or hydralists there. Are they gonna be ready to intercept or not? Looks like those units are not really attacking anywhere. They're gonna start to go in now with the Defiler getting ready here, and we need to have the science vessel kind of reacting. They're not really reacting there. Oh my god, 4 scourges wasted on a single science vessel, not so efficient. But anyways, looks like Action's got the damage that he needs. This group of Medic Marines, I think it's overcommitting a little bit, maybe. Do we have another Defiler work here? The Defiler is not casting anything. Looks like Action's attention is somewhere else, but these Sunkens are way too strong, or are they? I don't know, the Zerglings are not being deployed at all here. And finally, all of the Medic Marines have been pulled back. Just a single, well, I guess not a single, but 2 Marine remaining with 5 medics. That's the imbalance of yin and yang for you, man. Just way too many guys and not enough girls. By the way, you know that medics are girls? I don't know, I just think they're girls, right? Because in the animation that you hear when you play the single campaign players, if you are a single campaign player, you hear the medic is like, you need medical attention, right? And it's like a girl's voice. So, and in the Cardboard's animation of Starcraft, if you follow it, it's on YouTube. There's a love story between a medic and a Marine. So definitely medics are girls, in my understanding. But anyways, looks like the onslaught of Royal is not over. More science vessels and more medic marines comes out here. And we have the eraser chicks happening now. These drones need to run for their lives. Looks like Action's reaction is way too slow. He's wasted a couple of precious seconds there. And now Medic Marine is going to be coming on this high ground. Where's the Defiler? We don't see the Defiler being used at all. And now these well, I guess some sciences are destroyed there, but the Defiler is getting so irradiated that it had to run for its life. But Sunkens are falling like crazy. Looks like Action has nothing. he's gonna be losing this game. He's down by about 60 supply, 50 supply compared to his opponent. A clutch Blake there, sorry, not Blake, Dart Swarm was able to at least save that Nidus Canal, but I think this hatchery is going to fall. Some drones moving out of the Nidus Canal as well to help. I'm not so sure for what. Some Hydra is coming out, but Action has very, very few forces. Action GG, and it's gonna be Roy who takes the first game. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.